Hello and welcome to Hey Clarity. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today we are opening the Akashic Records on bodies. So we are in B week of the alphabet superset with Struthless. More information about that is in the description box, so you can read about that down there. And so I thought B week, I've been feeling more into my body doing this work. It's really important to stay grounded and reconnect with your body. And I've been doing a lot of body work lately. Today, I actually had this incredible biofield tuning session with a woman named Shauna Mayfield. I'm going to leave her information in the description box below too, because I feel absolutely incredible and more connected to my body. And I'm just like way more aligned, and yeah, it was just such a profound experience. So I'm kind of like integrating all of that, and it all kind of came together at like the perfect time. So I'm really excited to do this reading on bodies. The questions that we're going to be asking the Akashic Records on bodies are: 1, what are bodies? To always get the Akashic Records perspective on the topic. 2, how do we, or why do we have bodies? Why do we have them? 3, how can we maximize the potential of experiencing our bodies? 4, two-part question, what habits does the collective need to know about that are highly beneficial to our bodies? And then the B part of that question is, what habits does the collective need to know about that are highly detrimental to our bodies? 5, how do our bodies connect and communicate with our minds and our spirits? 6, what are some surprise aspects of our bodies that we might not be aware of? I kind of want to get a wild card question in there. 7, how can we support and maintain the health of our bodies through challenging environments and events? So I'm kind of thinking like current times, right? The modern day stresses, any kind of future events that are coming. How can we best maintain and support and be aware of what needs to be focused on to take care of our physical health? And then last, what's the most important message we need to know about our bodies? So let's get into it. So I opened the Akashic Records prior to hitting record, set the opening pair off camera to save some time. So first question, what are bodies? They're saying cells. They're cells. They're like bodies are cells of bodies. And they're showing this like micro macro, right? So they're showing like the cells in your body and the cells in your body that make up your body. And then like you're a cell, like your body is a cell. And then another person's body, like just cells of body. So every living thing, they're saying like living of beings are like made up of cells. And so bodies are essentially cells. And they're even showing that like the earth, like the ecosystem of the earth, is made up of all these cells, and like they're kind of saying like you're technically like cells of the ecosystem of earth. I'm getting like every being of life on the planet is part of like the cells of the body of the planet. And then they're going out further and they're just like the solar system and the galaxies and the universe, like, so it's like the little cells, and then like all of us, and like we're a part of cells. So they're just saying cells of bodies. Bodies are cells. They're like cells, cell walls, like barriers that distinguish like one being from another, like one individual living being from another. It's like they're saying like your encasement. They're saying you're encaptured of bodies, cells of bodies. Are there any other ways that the Akashic Records want to describe bodies? What are bodies? That's what they want to say. They're like cells of bodies, and like walls. They're kind of saying like walls and barriers they're like encompassing like mechanisms, like working mechanisms. Like they're showing these like cells, these encasements, as being like mechanisms of bodies and like all these little like organs and communications and synapses like going off like everywhere, like working at it. I'm really seeing a close-up of a cell, and that is kind of like the all-encompassing answer of like what bodies are. Why do we have bodies? They said networking really fast. Networking. Why do we have bodies? Interesting. So they're saying like fields of bioenergy, networking, a network, this field, this networking of bodies, and like all the reactions and interactions. And it's kind of saying, they're saying like life of being. Why do we have bodies? Why do we have them? They're just saying interactions and networking. Like, they're like the sensitivity of like the impact and the interaction, the reactions of interacting with each other. Is there more to that? Why do we have bodies? They're just saying networking, networks, interaction. They're saying keep it simple. let's oversimplify it and keep it super simple. It has to do with networking and networked interactions. How can we maximize the potential of experiencing our bodies? They're saying growth learning, like teaching your mind, teaching your body, learning, growing. Like that's how you maximize. They're like growth, expanding, learning. And I'm getting the sense of like, it's like you're building upon things on like, they're saying like on many levels, on all levels, whether it's like physical, mind, spirit, like whatever it is, but they're saying like growth learning. And I'm getting very clearly that like, as you're taking in information or as you're building upon your body, if you're building your body, or if you're building your mind and you're building your experience, as you're growing, I'm getting that there's like, it's really important to rest. Like I'm getting it's really important, like as you take in information or as you're, again, like they're saying, like they're showing like a bodybuilder or like someone who's like very academic and loves to learn. Like I'm getting regardless, it's taxing on the body. I'm getting like mind body. And so it's important to like with growth, you have to rest. Like different like levels of building. They're kind of saying like interbuilding. And they're showing like someone like laying brick by brick. And it's like you don't build the whole house. You don't build the whole building in one day. You don't lay all the bricks in one day, right? Those bricks are heavy. Your body gets tired. Like you build and then you break. You take a break, not break. Oh, funny. Okay, so they're saying like build, don't break, right? So you build and you rest. You build, like they're saying little building bit by bit, and then you rest. Building, rest. And then like instead of like you don't make this building, build this building brick by brick in one day, like really fast. And I'm getting like that's something that we have trouble with, is like we think that like whether we're building our body or we're building our mind, we're building and growing and learning, we think we have to do it so fast. And they're just like, no. They're like, you have to slow down. Like you have to slow down. It's like be purposeful about your growing and your learning, and like paying attention to like as you're learning things or as you're building your body to like take those breaks. It's like they're showing like someone like building muscle, and like the importance of like, there's the swelling and the heat and the exhaustion and the pain. And it's like you need to honor the stop. Like you need to honor when there is a need to stop. Like I'm getting like alarms off. Like your body tells you when enough is enough, and you have to listen to your body. Like that's no joke. They're saying bodies are limited. Like our minds, our consciousness is like so expansive, and like we want to build and grow and learn or consume more than more than can be handled. And so they're like, slow down, like take breaks, like honor, like your body is like an honor system, like honor the body system. Whether you are getting physically strong or whatever your goal is, they're saying. They're saying like, don't be detrimental to the bodies, which is interesting because we're getting to that question soon. That's the next question. They jumped right into the next question. But let's just double check one more time. How can we maximize the potential of experiencing our bodies? They're saying growth learning. So back to that beginning, like growth and learning, maximizing the potential is, and they're saying like a slow growth, like honor your body's like level, the many levels of growth within your body, like the growth learning, the expansion, the building upon. Just take your breaks, take your time, because you don't want to break and you don't want to break down, because then I'm getting like the whole body shuts down, like, and then that defeats the whole purpose. So let me just get the next question. What habits, this is a two-part question. What habits does the collective need to know about that are highly beneficial to our bodies? Fuel, your food. What habits does the collective need to know that are highly beneficial? Okay, so fueling the body. So they're saying like, what are you fueling the body with, right? And they're showing like, as if someone's like at a gas station and they're at the pump and there's like the different levels, right? Are you going regular? Are you going diesel? Something in the middle? And they're kind of saying there's like the junk and then like the clean, clear, high quality stuff. And they're like, you know better, like everyone knows better. Like your body is telling you, like your body is either screaming at you to stop consuming the thing, the like poison fuel, or the like lesser grade fuel. And they're like, it's okay, like sometimes, but I'm getting like not every day. Like, don't give yourself the lesser version of the fuel every day. Like, give yourself the quality. Like, I'm getting that like there's an understanding about our bodies, and they're saying like we understand that like economically and like in this world, it's not always the systemic. They're getting into like, yeah, like our real world like systems of like the systemic like oppression of the systems in our world can really keep us from having access to the fuel, the food for like healthy growth. Okay, so they're just like noted, like we know that this is your world now. And getting like, it's still important if you can, like fuel management, make sure that on a daily basis, you are getting something clean and efficient of quality into your system. And they're saying like, not everybody does it, not everybody can do it, but they're saying like, you can try and like do your best to like put the clean, get better quality foods into your system. And they're saying like, you're gonna notice like when something is not of quality to your body, to your system, I'm getting like, you're gonna have mood swings. Like you might have mood swings, like I'm like cranky, crashing, lethargic, out of it, foggy. Like they're saying all those things that happen have to do with like, what's the fuel? And so they're saying fuel better. So if you could be in the middle, that's great. If you can do, if you do some of the junk, make sure you're doing some of the high quality stuff too, and it kind of balances out in the middle. But they're saying like, they're basically just saying to like do better for your bodies, fuel better. Like all consumption. They're saying like junk food, junk fuel, junk drinks. They're even saying like junk media, like it's mind body, right? So like the stuff that makes, they're saying like real junk food, real junk fuel, junk consumption. It's gonna feel icky in your body, or it's gonna make you feel tired, or it's gonna make you have mood swings, it's gonna make you angry. And like those are your indications that there's something that's not great in the body. So it's interesting because that flipped into detrimental. They're like jumping my questions. I love you guys. You always know what I'm about to ask next. So it's kind of, I guess the two-part question was kind of answered in one. So they're just saying like, as a collective, we need to find ways to fuel better and like do the best we can, understanding that like systemically, the collective does not always have access to healthy, clean drinking water, healthy food, right? But they're saying like, you all know better and you're doing the best that you can. Some have it easier or better than others. And so they're saying it's like, it's really like this systemic challenge, a systemic issue. How do our bodies connect and communicate with our minds? How do our bodies connect and communicate with our minds? They're like zzz, like zzz, like wires are connected. Like there's such a connectivity. Zzz, 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 zzz. Like I'm just getting that like it's all like they're saying alarms. Like alarms go off in your body and tell your mind all of the environments, like all of the mental networking and interactions, right? So they're like alarms off, like stop and listen to your bodies. If there are alarms going off, you have to stop and listen to your bodies. I'm getting like recall, wake up call, like do the thing your body is asking you to do. I'm getting please, exclamation point. Like for you, like for your health, They're saying like health boundaries, health bodies, health boundaries, health bodies. And like, they're showing like batteries and they're like, each of us are at like different levels of batteries, right? Like I've got a lot of energy, I've got just a little bit, I've got nothing. And they're like, you're all operating on different like batteries. You're all in different, like on different wavelengths in different places. And like, you have to honor where you're at. And I'm getting like, and give other people a break about where they're at. Like they're actually saying like, fuck off. Like if someone's battery is at 0, like leave it alone, like leave that person alone or like help them get their battery up again. Like I'm getting like, there's something about like, there's less acknowledgement of like other person, other bodies, like other states of being, other people's state of being. And like, that's dangerous. Because they're almost showing like someone's battery is at 0 and someone's like, 80% or 60%. And they see this person who's like struggling, having a hard time, very tired for all the reasons. And that person like picks on that person. And it's like, then it's like trigger, boom, like fight, like, or you can really like, they're kind of like, you can really like destroy the other person. And so they're like, have an awareness of like your body. Having an awareness of your body also teaches you to have the empathic awareness of other people's bodies. So if you're not aware of, you have to check in with yourself. If you're not checking in with yourself, if you don't have awareness of your own body, you don't have awareness of bodies, of other bodies. And so they're kind of like start over, like start with you, like get really in touch with like your body, your system, how it's operating, how it's not operating. Well, not well, whatever, the battery, lethargy, mood swings, fuel, like pay attention to your world and then you'll notice other worlds. You'll be like, you'll see somebody, it's all about awareness and self-awareness. And they're just like, give it a break so there aren't breakdowns. Like give yourself and others a break. I'm getting like, be more flexible with each other. Like paying attention to your body and also what you can do someone else can't do. And that's not your business. It's not your problem. It's not like, I'm just getting like empathetic. Like there needs to be like more empathetic awareness around like other people's battery system, wellness and health. And I'm getting health boundaries, healthy boundaries, healthy boundaries, healthy bodies. So they connect and communicate with our minds. So it's like they're basically saying like we need to do a better job of like listening to those signals, like listening to those alarms. And then it will also benefit everyone else because you will have more awareness of how other people are feeling in their bodies. So this little second part to this question, how do our bodies connect and communicate with our spirits? How do our bodies, they're saying the same thing. They're saying like it's all selected, right? Like all selected, all of the above. It's the same thing. So it's like the mind, the spirit, it's like body, mind, spirit, like it's all connected. So it's like boom, 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 boom. So they're just saying all the above, all connected, same thing. It's got the zzz, 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 zzz. What are some surprise aspects of our bodies we might not be aware of? Let's see. What are some surprise aspects of our bodies we might not be aware of? Telepathic. Wait, that has to do with body though? Hold on. They're saying mind bodies. What are some surprise aspects of our bodies you might not be aware of? Okay. Yeah, like they're like telepathic, but they're like telecommunication. They're like the physical body communicates. And so I'm getting like, they're showing people in a classroom. They're showing students in a classroom and they're taking a test. Oh, gosh. So they're like, one person's taking a test. I mean, one person's getting nervous taking this test, and then it's like depending on other people's batteries and sensitivity in the room, like they all start picking up on each other. They're just showing like this container of just like anxious anxiety in this room, in this classroom. Everyone's taking a test. So like, of course, everyone's anxious because like one person's anxious and it sets off the next person's alarms. And then so like our bodies are constantly like, they're saying like emitting sensitivity, like emitting sensors out. Emitting sensors out, and like especially in like a closed off area or space or room, it's like a chain reaction, an ever-changing chain reaction. So they're like, at the same time, like that person could be like super calm, someone's really strong, like 100% battery, and they're super calm, and other people are a little lethargic, and like they're super calm then spreads out into that room too, and then everyone taking this test is kind of calm. So it's like it's kind of like this ever-balancing, ever-changing balancing act that happens through our bodies. So our bodies are communicating. They're calling it like telecommunication, but like telepathic communication. Like feeling our bodies, like our bodies feeling each other, sensing the surroundings around each other. Let's go one more time. What are some surprise aspects of our bodies we might not be aware of? They're saying telepathic. Like there's so much telepathic communication going on. Like I'm getting like language is a bonus. Language is a bonus. Like we've been communicating with each other without words since caveman. Right? Since the beginning, since early evolution of the human being. And so they're like, why would you think that that's not like on par? Like, why would you think that that would be subpar? They're like, that's incredibly powerful. And it's so funny they're saying this because I've been thinking about this. When we, during the pandemic, had the masks on and our mouths were covered, it exaggerated, it emphasized, it turned on more our telepathic communication because we had to work a little harder to like hear each other and understand what we were saying, things like that, right? So they're kind of saying like, for example, like don't underestimate, like deleting the mouth, the words, the language doesn't underestimate your communication, your body's abilities to communicate. They keep saying mind bodies, like they're the whole thing, right? They're saying it's all of the above. It's the whole system. The communication, again, telecommunication is what they're saying. Telepathic, telecommunication, like they're saying like you could use no words around the right like person or people and have a full-on conversation. And you know that, like some of you know that. They're like, if you want to like have some fun and test it, like sit in a room and with someone that you're like a close person, like someone who's close to you who like knows you, and try it out is what they're saying. Give it a shot. Okay. How can we support and maintain the health of our bodies through challenging environments and events? How can we support and maintain the health of our bodies through challenging environments and events? They're saying fuel pack. Like the fuel thing, the fueling your bodies, like once you get really clear on like the things that make your body happy, like running, energy, like well, clean, clear, like have those things on hand. Like they're kind of saying like to go, right? Like find ways to have them as a part of your lifestyle, your system. So they're like, for example, if like drinking water, right? Drinking lots of, clean water is something that is great for your bodies. They're saying water bodies, like we have water bodies, so we need hydration. So they're like, you need to have a certain amount of hydration every day. And so they're like, implement, strategize, plan your day to have that in your day. They're saying like, these are things these are structures, these are things, these are commitments and dedications that only benefit us. They only benefit us. And so they're like, why not implement this fuel pack? Is it, and they're showing like simply, like, do you take a handful of nuts, like just some almonds throughout the day or whatever, like a fruit. They're showing all these different foods. It's pouring outside, so I hope that's not too loud. I can't do anything about that, but it's raining a lot outside. It's a little distracting. Interesting. There's something about that, because they're saying, like, they were just showing, like, if you were outside in the rain or taking a shower, how that's really cleansing to the body. They're like putting your bodies of water bodies. Okay, so yeah, the drinking of it, but I'm also getting like drinking from the inside, clearing, cleansing, and then they're just like making sure that you're like, are you dipping your body? Are you taking a shower? Are you taking a bath? Dipping the body in a lake, dipping the body in the ocean. Like all of that just helps like replenish, and they're saying like refuel, like clear and cleanse like the stuff. They're kind of saying like any air energy, right? Anything that you're like intuiting, any of the like telepathic communication, like clear it. So this is actually part of this. Amazing. So it's important to be doing that. Okay, no, that's a big one. So how can we support and maintain the health of our bodies through challenging environments and events? Okay, flat out. So they're saying like movement, like keep moving your bodies. Like they're kind of saying silly dances, like weird movements, like whatever your body needs, however it needs to move, like give it that. Like they're saying give back to it. Like your body wants to do something, like, oh, you think it's weird to move in that way? Your body wants to move in that way. Let your body move in that way. Like there's no weird, like there's no non-judgmental. Like if you need to like roll around on the ground, like whatever that is, you need to go lie on the ground. Do you want to sleep on the floor at night for some reason? Like go for it. Like whatever your body needs, and it's nobody's business what your body needs. They're saying like with boundaries, obviously, like not to harm each other, but like your physical needs are important, right? So like having this fuel pack, this like to go, like is there a certain type of nutrient or nourishment, vitamins, things like that you need to have in your daily pack? Water, 100%. Making sure you're able to clear and cleanse your whole system by dipping it in water, right? Cleansing it in water. I'm feeling cool water too. Like I'm really getting the sensation of just like cool water. Like it doesn't have to, not like extremes of super hot or super, like something in the middle, like a warm shower, not a hot shower. I'm getting like a warm shower. I'm getting like temperature controlled, or like cool, refreshing, like tepid, cool. I'm getting like not to put the body through extremes unless you're like learning something. Like, are you pushing yourself to for a safety thing? Like, I'm getting like part of the growing and learning is some of us like push ourselves to do extreme things to our bodies, and they're kind of like if you do that, just make sure you come back, right? If it's like a growth learning thing where you're pushing yourself to an extreme, like make sure you come back. Make sure you take a break. Make sure that there's a lot of love and care to your body after you do that push, because it's so extreme. You have to come back to homeostasis. You have to come back to like a healthy balance. How can we support and maintain the health of our bodies through challenging environments and events? They're saying like adaptable, like be adaptable. Like be adaptable, listen to your bodies, and like trust that your bodies are adaptable to a point. But at some point you have to honor your body's system, the alarms, the fuel that it needs. Because I'm getting like the cells like wreak havoc, chaos. Like if you're not taking care of the body, like then they're showing the micro to the macro, right? So body cells. So you've got your cells in your body, and then the ecosystem of the planet, how we're all cells of the body system of the planet. And they're just like, if everybody's like chaotic and not healthy, you've got all these unhealthy cells bouncing all over the planet. Basically, it's like the ecosystem of the planet includes the living beings, the cells of the planet, so to speak. And we're just, I'm getting like feverish, like we're feverish. So it's really important. They're saying health boundaries and healthy boundaries with your honoring your bodies, honor your bodies, and that's healthy for the ecosystem, like in the greater, wider world. It is healthy for you to take care of your body for the greater, wider world. And they're like, duh. Big duh. They just keep going, duh. They're like, really, they're just like, take care of yourselves. Please, please. Healthy bodies, healthy communities, healthy populations, healthy ecosystem, healthy planet. They're saying there's a micro, macro effect of being healthy in your body and listening to your bodies, because your bodies are telling you things. They have alarm systems. They let you know, like they're showing an alarm going off. You just took this drug or drank this drink and something's funky or something went sour. Like it's all the times where you have something in your body goes, ooh, I don't want that. And like you spit it out, right? Or you vomit, you purge. It's like, listen to when your body is like, when a person's around, get the fuck away from me. You know, like all the things, like your body is telling you all the things. Listen to your bodies, take care of your bodies. Challenge your bodies in a healthy way, because if you push it too far, that's destruction of the body, and then that shuts down the whole mind body. Like that has detrimental effects on the whole system. They're like, body does something too much, or like the mind wants the body to do too much, then it shuts down the mind, and then the spirit's tired, like everything just like, it's destructive. So they're like, there's no point in like pushing to such extremes. But there's nothing wrong with like gradually implementing this growth, this like learning, this like slow building, right? Brick by brick. You don't build the whole building in one day. They're saying, or you'd be dead. Like your body can't, like physically just impossible, can't do it. So brick by brick. Last question, what's the most important message we need to know about bodies? What's the most important message we need to know about bodies? I'm getting like all over bodies. Like there are bodies all over, and they are very powerful systems. Power bodies. So they're saying think of your body as a powerful body, as a power body, and pay attention to your battery, pay attention to your fuel, pay attention to your mood swings. And they're saying, like, get a little experimental with it. You have to have self-awareness. You have to start listening to your bodies. I'm getting like future events. Requirement is that you have a healthy body. Let me see. For the environments and the challenges, like coming future, it's imperative to have healthy bodies, like mind bodies, but healthy bodies. And so I'm getting like gauge, like you're gonna be learning how to gauge your adaptability and when you can push and when you can rest. And I'm getting like these movements around rest and like knowing when to take a break are really imperative. They're really important. This is an important issue for like the human species, for like all living beings. They're showing other animals, we share this habitat, this world, and animals know when to stop and rest. I'm getting like it's very automatic. But people in the environment push themselves past limits. They're like, push past our limits. We push past our limitations. We think they're like godlike. And they're like, not in the body. Like, yes, in the spirit, yes. And because we know that, we inherently know that we are spirit and we are expansive and we are these like eternal, like living beings of spirit, but our bodies can't handle necessarily the expansiveness of like the truth of like what we are. And so they're like, while you're in your body, while you're existing in a living being body, honor the body, respect the body. They're like, it's your spaceship. It's like your ship. They're showing us a ship like flying through space, and it's like really clean and it's operating and it's got all its people inside, like making sure the ship is running well. And it's like one of the people in the ship is sick, gets everybody else sick, and then the whole ship, like who's gonna run the ship? You know, the ship needs someone to help it run. And so this is your ship, this is your spaceship. And they're like, you want it to be like a well-operated machine, right? Well-being mechanism. Is there anything else? Most important message, closing message. That's it. Okay, great. So thank you for tuning in to the Akashic Records on bodies for B Week. I hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section. And next week will be C Week. So if you have suggestions of a topic you would like me to open the records on that begins with the letter C, please leave that in the comments section or find me on Instagram and DM me there. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.